Hi, I'm Brandon Bott,
I'm Amanda Gibb.
and this is what we taught our first week of classes. We taught walking, starting with a swing out. Ha, ha, into our Lindy circle. Rock, step, and roll. Ha, ha, ha. Then we talked about turn around. And to do the turnaround, Amanda and I, what we're doing is she's kind of giving you a little pressure there, and I'm just opening up.
Follows, make sure to have your really good frame, keeping your arms in front of you.
We're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Taking 2 beats for every set. And then we also add a little turn into it. Nice, leisurely thing. We're not going fast.
Follows are taking their pace from the leads by good connection and pulse.
Cheating our angle a little bit. The other thing we taught our first week was the jazz square. We called it a jazz diamond just because.
Kind of looks like a diamond from your perspective as a dancer.
Sneak, step, cross. Make it a little diamond.
So for follows, this is really important that you need to not try and correct your lead's footwork or make up for it if you think that it's different from what it should be. Otherwise, they won't be able to complete the jazz square.
Leads, you're trying to keep it a secret. When we transition into it, we're going to go 1, 2.
Our walking pace.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, sneak, step, poo. Sorry, got a little close. So again, we're going opposite feet, poo, ha, sneak, step, cross. Go right into our jazz square, or jazz diamond as we prefer. And then to get out of it, when I step on my left leads, step, ha, 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 ha. I planted there. And we
Follows,
just
feel
go
that
out.
rock step and follow it like a natural move where you follow with triple steps.
And then after that, we're just out of it. We're hoo, ha, hoo, ha, ha, ha. Hoo, ha. Right into our sweep. And that was week 1. Thanks. And this was our week 2 class. What we started with was Amanda.
We did a follow variation, so I'll do it so you can see the footwork from follow perspective. So it's going to go at the end of our swing out. So altogether it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In a swing out, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. With a regular rock step at the end. 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Leads, then we did a variation for ourselves, which we called scissor kicks, which went on our 7, 8, 1, and 2, which go 7, 8, 1, and 2. Again, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 7, 8, 1, and 2. And then a swing out that looked like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With a partner, that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2. Keeping in mind on that 1, 2, even though we're not rock stepping, we still have that stretch. Hoop-a-da, hoop-a-da. To have our follow come in. The next thing we did was the kickball changes. So separate, we did kickball changes. I did it on my left.
Follows did it on their right foot.
And it goes 1 and 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2. And then we use that to replace our rock steps. Amanda first, be second. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh.
6,
7, 8. 1 and 2. 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2,
5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that concludes week 2. This is week 3 of our class series.
So we did another variation for the follows, but we combined what we did before with our 7-8 variation and also with our kickball change. So what that's going to look like all together is 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2. And a swing out.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3,
Something
and
that I
4.
talked about for the
5,
follows
6, 7,
is to not get too far away from your leads, so that way you still have room to do all of your fancy footwork variation and not run out of space to still be able to make that connection at the beginning of your swing.
Leads. We also did a summer thing where we added our kickball change to the variation. What we did instead was a lot easier. We just took out 7 and 8. We added a sweep. So it goes 7, 8, 1, and 2. And a swing out pattern. It goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2. What a partner? 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2. At the end of the class, what we did was a kickball change into a slide. So what that looks by myself would be hoop ba da ha ha. And that goes 1 and 2, 3, 4.
And then for the follows, when our lead is doing their slide, they plant really firmly, so we also know to plant to help match the level that we're dancing at. So for follows, it'll just be the regular rock step, and when they plant on 3, we plant with them on our right foot and come up on the slide at the same time.
So what that move just by itself look like? We did a swing out, ha ha ba da, hoop ba ha ba da, kickball change, hoop ha. And then we ended that with rock and a lot of triples by the follow.
Yep.
So swing out, hoop ba da, ha ba ha ba da, kickball change, up, rock, hoop ba da, ha. And that was our week 3 class. And this was our 4th and final week of classes for our month series.
Talked about sugar pushes.
That. Sugar pushes are a 6 count move where the follow comes
3
in.
and 4, 5 and 6. Rock, step, shuffle, shuffle.
We go out and in, out.
For this,
Out.
we talked about for follows, you can come in about as much as the lead wants you to, but keeping in mind that you don't want to let your elbows go past where your body is.
Otherwise, we'll run into each other.
And that's how we create our push, is when we get close enough to where we won't go any further.
And since Amanda keeps her elbows going to the same spot, I can control how close we get, or how close we don't get. And from that, we went into jig kicks, which are like my favorite thing,
Brandon's really good at it.
right? So we did a sugar push, hoop, ha, ha, da, da, ha, da, da, hoop, ha, ha, ha. Keeping in mind, to get into jig kicks, instead of making that stretch like we normally do on a rock step, we cut that off and make more of a sideways movement. Get into it. Ha.
So Brandon bends his knees a lot more than usual, almost kind of like a plant out of our other move. And so as a follow, I know that that level change tells me that something else is coming and I need to make sure that I'm definitely paying attention.
And I'm trying to make it a very sideways movement. I don't want too much of like,
We're not
rotating.
rotating. We're still very much facing, keeping our bodies facing towards each other.
And to get out of it, we'll rock step, ha, ba, da, ha, ba, ha. So I just plant with my right and then rock step. So for more jig kick fun, starting from close, up, rock, step, step, up, ha, 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 ha. And what I'm doing to get into that is to go rock, step, plant. And on that plant, I'm definitely going down and bring it back up, down, up. So it goes, ba, ha.
We also have a different hand hold than we usually do when we get into close jig kicks.
And we're also very staggered with our feet. For head on, that's bad news.
We don't like that.
Yep. And then at the very end of class, we did our really cool turn into jig kicks, which was an inside turn into jig kicks. Went hoo, ba, ha, ha, ba, plant, stop. Ha, ha, ha. From a different angle, right here. Hoo, ba, ha, ba, da, plant, ha.
And we talked about for leads how important it is that as soon as you're able to make contact with the follow's back when she comes around, it's helpful for her so follows know to make sure to bring their elbow around so you don't get it pinned in between the two of you.
Hoo, ba, ha.
Makes contact, I know that this elbow needs to come over.
Plant, ha. And that was our last move for the 4th week. Thanks, guys.